So, who am I? I'm Adam Fox. I'm a business coach and I'm licensed by Entrepreneur Circle to coach their sales and marketing system. So that's predominantly where I'll start with most clients. Although I do tend to do a bit of groundwork around personal goal setting and dreams and sort of getting them ready for coaching, because for those of you that have ever been coached, not everybody's suitable to be coached. You know, you've got a lot of people out there with fixed mindsets who already think they know everything. Throw those my way, I can't do anything with them. I can take their money for a few months, but it's going to be of no benefit to them, no benefit to me. What I'm looking to build is I'm looking to build a coaching base of business owners who know what they want and they're just not entirely sure how to get there, but they're open to the fact that they don't know how to get there and that they're prepared to accept the help, the guidance, the advice. And as much as anything else, they're looking for an accountability partner. That's what a lot of business owners lack, is having that person to just sort of keep them on the straight and narrow. And when they don't get things done that they need to get done to move their business forward, to just hold them to account and make them feel a little bit awkward and a little bit uncomfortable. So I've been at managing director level within businesses for the last 12 years. I've worked with my dad, and in the last 8 years I was running another business on behalf of the business owner, and that all kind of came to a head through COVID when he decided to step back in because he got a little bit paranoid about what was going on, and just completely undermined everything that I'd done for him over the last few years. And it was at that point that I decided, right, I can't do any more here. I didn't like what was happening to the business and I didn't really want my name to be part of what was going on there. I wanted to be remembered for all the great stuff that I'd done for him. I'm not sure how I did that. So the last business that I was working in, I took the business from 250k in the red to £1 million net profit in a 3-year period for the business owner. He decided that he would take a big chunk of that out and pay off a lot of personal debt that he had, and I got sweet FA in return, not even a thank you. And that was kind of the point that I decided, yeah, my journey here is pretty much done. I did it with the help of a coach. I was coached for the best part of the last 5 years. And that's where I discovered the power of coaching, what it could do for me. It broke down a lot of boundaries that I built up in my head of sort of what I was capable of achieving in life. And it was when I started my coaching journey that I really decided ultimately that's where I wanted to go. So the last 5 years for me were about helping the business owner get his business where he wanted it, but equally it was about learning how to become a great coach. And because I was benchmarking myself against a really good coach, I never thought I was going to be ready to become a coach. And when I realised you're not going to get as good as that coach until you start coaching, then all of a sudden doors sort of started to open, and then Entrepreneur Circle kind of presented themselves in my life because their coaching licence is a relatively new thing as well. And everything just seemed to fall into place. So in April this year I set my business up, and I've been involved business coaching since then. And a bit like you, Paul, my passion is helping people. It's seeing people who've got a problem, I've got the solution, or I've got the majority of the solution, and I can lead them towards what they want, provided that they're open to accepting that help and that support and that guidance. And that's what I do it for. I do it to see other people succeed, and in helping them succeed, yeah, I can earn a very good living out of that. But it's about helping them, and it's about wanting to get up in the morning and having some purpose and something to get out of bed for, that ultimately that I enjoy doing. So over the next, well, it's not going to be 30 minutes because I'm going to have to try and condense that right down now. But I'm just going to try and help you understand the different types of referrals that you can and should be getting from your clients, from family, from friends, but also from social media. And then I'm going to make you my Don Corleone offer. So referrals, generally speaking in business, that's when somebody puts their own reputation on the line to put you in front of a potential client. And that's ultimately what it is. And sort of Mark was talking earlier about how we want a group where we are prepared to put our reputations on the line because we know that nobody else sitting around this table, or for those of us that can't be here tonight, are going to let us down. It's about being there for each other, it's about supporting each other, it's about trusting that we are all experts in our fields, and we all care about our clients and the people that are being thrown our way. So for those of you that have never heard this, it might be useful, but yes, when it comes to to gaining new clients and to bringing new clients on board, there are 3 things that you've got to build, and without any one of those 3 things, you're not going to onboard the client. And you need the know, like and trust factor, and it works for referrals. So Mark, you could refer somebody to me, but if they don't, if they don't know me, or they don't get to know me, or they don't like me, or they for whatever reason don't trust me, they're not going to buy. Anything multiplied by 0 is always going to be 0. So without all 3 of those things working for you, you're not going to gain those new clients. Should you ask for referrals? So many people say you shouldn't need to ask for a referral. People should just naturally refer you. It's like with reviews. People are busy. People are very busy. And it's not that they don't want to refer you and they don't want you to do well and they don't want to see you succeed. They just don't think, or they just don't have the time. They're so wrapped up in everything that's going on day to day. So absolutely, you should be and you need to be asking for referrals. If you don't remind your clients that you want them to refer you, they're not going to think. And it's not because they're horrible people, it's just because they've got so much else going on. So who makes referrals? You've got clients could make referrals to other potential clients, partner businesses making referrals to potentially to their clients or their associates. So this is pretty much what this group's all around about. We're kind of partner businesses that all specialise in different areas. Friends and family to potential clients, strangers to potential clients. So you've got people on social media who sit there in the background, you don't know they're looking, but when somebody says to them, I need some help with something, they might refer you, and you've got no idea that they're there. My first 2 full paying clients since I started my coaching business were lurking in the background on social media, and they knew me. I've known them a long time, but this is a whole new venture for me, and they haven't liked a single post, they haven't commented on a single post, and after 2 months of me posting 5 days a week and putting videos and all sorts out there, within the space of about a week, they both independently rang me and went, "Meaning to ring you for a couple of months, I've seen your post, I've seen what you're doing now, I really need some help." One of them's been talking to business coaches for 2 years, and he's just not built up that trust factor with any of them, and he's picked the phone up to me. So social media lurkers, they're there, they're looking, so if you show up every day and you're consistent with it, trust me, it will come to fruition at some point. And then you've got social media connections as well. I've made a lot of connections through LinkedIn. I've met some great people who are experts in their field, and some are very influential on LinkedIn. And it's just been through being nice, commenting on their posts, being genuine, being nice, and giving them some sort of meaningful engagement, because that helps them, then they've helped me. I'm currently being coached on LinkedIn for free by somebody who is very, very good and very, very well known on LinkedIn, because I've been engaging with him. He even did my LinkedIn banner for me for free as well the other week, and he's sort of throwing that in. But in essence, he knows I'm not going to pay him, but he also knows that if I have a particular client who really needs some help on LinkedIn and it gets beyond my area of expertise, well, where am I going to send them? So, so he's investing time and effort into me, which is obviously going to help me in my business, but it's equally because he's looking for the referral from me. So 4 different types of referrals I'm going to focus on. You've got direct referrals, which is just word of mouth, that's the one that we most commonly know. Incentive-based referrals, referrals from reviews, and social media referrals. So we'll look at direct referrals first because that's the easiest one. And that's when somebody tells somebody that they should talk to you, use you, and that you deliver a great service. It's the most powerful type of referral going because it builds that trust factor massively at the front end. So straight away, you don't need to do a huge amount of work around that other than maintain the trust that's already been built by the person that's referred you. And the best part with those as well is they don't really require a huge amount of effort from you other than asking for people to refer you and just being consistent with that message. Incentive-based referrals, these are the ones that really do cost you some money, but if you know the average profitability you get from a client, so sort of Ricky with you have fixed price services that you offer your clients, you know roughly how long they're going to take, how much time and effort you've got to put into, what the cost is, what the profitability of that is. So off the back of that, you can say, well actually, I make £1,000 profit on one of those clients, I'm prepared to spend £250, £300, £400 in exchange for £1,000. And yeah, it drops your profit margin, but at the same time, if you're always, if you're always coming out on top, it differs for everybody. But you need to know certain facts and certain figures within your business, i.e. your average profitability, to be able to decide how much you're prepared to spend on getting a lead in. But you can run it like a rewards type program, so you can have fixed price referrals. So Ricky, again, sort of you, me, we run on fixed price services, and so I'm on essentially I'm on a monthly retainer, so I get a fixed price from my clients on a month by month basis. So I know that over the average lifespan of a client, what I'm going to get from them, and I can put a price that I'm prepared to acquire a client at that kind of turnover. It could be a percentage of your sale or your profit. It could be in the form of gifts or gift cards, or sort of days out at the football or the rugby or whatever. Or it could be free or discounted services. So again, just because I'm on a monthly retainer, it could be I say to my client, well actually you get me a new client and they stay with me for 6 months, I'll give you a month's coaching for free. And I won't invoice you in December, so you've got some more money to put towards the kids' Christmas presents. There are various different ways of doing it, but you need to know how much you can afford to put in to make it worthwhile and to make it pay. Referrals from reviews. So reviews are massively, massively important. For those of you that made it onto my workshop last week, I've asked you all for a review. Thank you, Rachel. I think you're the only person. Oh, no, Gab, you've given me a review as well, sorry. So 2 people in the room so far have left me a review off the back of that, which is massively powerful, and it is a huge benefit to me to have reviews, especially if you're getting them on Google. People love reviews, Google loves reviews. If you get a good level of reviews on Google My Business and it's linked to your website, it starts to boost you up the rankings organically, so you get so you generate more organic traffic without having to go down the paid ad routes. Case studies, again, massively important. So if you're getting testimonials from clients, if you've got a particular client, so sort of Sally, you were saying you saved one of your clients about 17.5k roughly over the lifespan of their printing contract. That makes a fantastic case study. So you put some detail behind it, get it printed up on some nice paper so that it looks great. And if you can get a testimonial from the client as well to say, this is absolutely amazing, nobody else would even have dreamt of talking to us about the potential saving or looked at the saving. It's a hugely powerful tool, especially if you're sending out sort of proposals and things to your clients. If you can print that out and put in a testimonial with it, or even if you do it electronically, so you send the quote, put a testimonial and a case study and say, this is why you want to buy from us, this is how great we are. And you've got somebody in there, especially from a big name brand, that are going, yeah, absolutely, you need to buy from these people. Massively powerful. And the best form of testimonial, if you can get them, are video testimonials. People hate video, I hate video. 30 videos ago, getting me in front of the camera, you literally had to stick a rod up my backside and force me to do it. I still don't particularly like it, I don't massively enjoy it, but I've gone from taking 35 takes to being happy with a 2-minute video to put out on social media to actually 1 or 2 takes. I go, yeah, that'll do. I've learned to accept some of my imperfections. I know that I don't always get it right, I fluff my words, I go off on tangents, but sometimes good enough is good enough. But if you can get videos off of some of your clients, massively powerful tool when it comes to your marketing, because for some reason people do trust strangers.
But just a quick question, where would you put them, kind of your website and LinkedIn, or is there other platforms you kind of
everywhere.
Okay.
Literally everywhere you can get them. So if it's on print, get them on your website. Something
in particular, where would you really push those?
Video, probably your website, and you can. I don't know if you ever come across video cards. They're quite an expensive way of marketing, but you could do a video card where you've got a bit of a reel about, right, I'm Rachel, this is House of HR, this is what we do, this is what we can do for you. And then if you get a couple of client videos off the back of that, you might be able to present something to a client in essentially as a lumpy name. But they are quite expensive. So this is again where you need to know whether you're going to get that return on investment for it. But if you know you'll get the return on investment, then absolutely you throw money at it really. But anyway, you can get them. With reviews, I'm in the process of getting my website set up so that on every single page on my website, there's going to be a reel of reviews going across from my clients saying how fantastic I am and why people should work with me. Because every touch point on your website, every page that people go to, if they're constantly seeing, yeah, this guy's great, he knows what he's talking about, he's transformed my business, people are going to be more inclined to go, I want a bit of that. Paul, I'm sure there's some great stuff that you could do around sort of reviews and getting stuff out there and sort of shouting from the rooftops about how much financial security you've provided for certain clients and what you can do for them. Yeah, massively important, and you're in a very similar position to where I was when I started my business. I started a business with no clients. So where am I getting reviews from? Well, I had a client I was working with for free, and I'd been working with him for the last sort of year. I'd made him redundant basically during COVID, felt so guilty. I helped him set up his business, and I've been coaching him through that. And I still feel too guilty to charge him. So I'm still working with him, I'm still helping him build his business and sort of bringing him on. But that was my first review. And then it dawned on me the other week that actually, when I'm doing a workshop, off the back of the workshop, I can get some reviews on the workshop. It doesn't matter what the reviews are. If they're saying, yeah, Adam delivers value, Adam delivers good content, it just starts to help generate that sort of that organic ranking and that trust factor in complete strangers who are perhaps looking at you, Google my business profile and going, no reviews. This one's got 5 5-star reviews, I'll give them a call. They're so important these days.
So can I ask another question, sorry?
Yeah, go for it.
In terms of reviews, would you focus on kind of Google, or someone else has said to me about having Trustpilot? I mean, how do you spread yourself so thinly, or do you go for both?
Most good review platforms will feed into other review platforms. I can't remember the name of the one that I was talking to somebody about the other day, but the way that one works is off the back of you going to work for somebody, you send them an automated email asking for the review. If the review is less than 4 stars, it doesn't register the review. It gives you an opportunity to go back, deal with the problem, put it right, and try and get that review sort of lifted from 2, 3 stars up to 4 or 5 stars. If it doesn't get lifted, it doesn't count. A little bit.
Well, we just focus on Trustpilot alone, and we find that really good. But I think Trustpilot and Google, I don't think they do interlink.
No, some of the platforms do interlink. There's a couple that you can interlink into your Google reviews, and it will pull stuff through. I'll dig out the name of that one.
Google or Trustpilot, I think.
Yeah, I'll dig out the name of that other one, but you can. I've got a client who did start getting reviews from clients, but he was getting them in email form, and then he was uploading them to Google himself. And when people go through seeing your name against all of the reviews, albeit they were genuine reviews, he was only putting them on there if people came back to it. Because it's his name against all of them, it doesn't really, it probably sows more of a seed of doubt than not having reviews there at all. So you have got to be a bit careful. There are some fun facts and fun percentages around sort of reviews and what sort of engagement you get, but just quickly, 92% of consumers read reviews before purchasing. When was the last time you went to a restaurant and didn't have a quick look on TripAdvisor? I do it every single time. But I am also quite good at weeding out that, yeah, that's just one idiot, but everybody else has been pretty happy, so yeah, I'll just skim over that one. 83% of consumers state that reviews are critical or are a critical influencer in their buying decisions. Again, it all comes back to that trust. 70% trust other reviewers' opinions. 70% trust a complete stranger to tell us where to go or who to use or what we should be buying or where we should be purchasing. 17% higher click-through rates on pay-per-click ads with seller ratings. So again, if you've got good reviews in Google and you're paying for Google ads, you're likely to get a higher click-through rate and therefore ideally a higher conversion, provided that your website's doing what your website should be. 28% increase in on-page conversions when displaying reviews. That's why I'm putting reviews on all pages on my website, so they're going to feed through somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it because I work on an off-the-shelf kind of platform, but I'll figure out a way. If I have to do it manually, I'll do it manually, but they're going on there. And a 200% increase in time spent on your website when visitors are interacting with customer reviews with photos. Everybody likes to be nosy, everybody likes a photo. Not applicable to a lot of businesses. I don't know how you'd put a photo of somebody's website up against their review. But if you're selling products, you could perhaps do it with printers and people putting up a photo of their printer in situ. I don't know how many people get kicks from looking at photos of printers on websites, but you never know. There's got to be somebody out there. There's a lot of strange people in this world.
Gives them more credibility, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like with Amazon. I do it. I'll scroll down to the reviews and I'll read reviews on products and I'll look at and I'll have a good look at the pictures and they might me to just look at how messy somebody's house is in the background of the photo of the product. But people are nosy. They do stick around the page as long as you've got reviews and more if you've got the photos to go with the reviews. Social media, an ever increasingly powerful marketing tool. It's here to stay and it's not going away. But to be considered a thought leader in your industry, to build that trust factor and that credibility, you've got to get good social media engagement. And to get good social media engagement, you've got to show up consistently. It's taken me months to start getting decent engagement on any of my posts, and the reason I'm getting it now is because I show up every single day. But not only do I show up every single day, I comment and I provide value to other people, which then encourages them to do that back to me. So with that, yes, with the group we've got, I might chuck the link in the WhatsApp group, and that's a little bit more on the cheeky side. But with a lot of the organic engagement I'm getting, where I'm not asking for it, it's because I'm commenting on these other people's posts. And because I do that, they feel the need to reciprocate and comment on mine. So I get much better engagement. You just got to look for the right time to post as well, because everybody's audiences are slightly different. They're active at different times on different platforms. So a bit of trial and error. Look at your, LinkedIn's great because it tells you your views, so you can see what you're getting. But there is an algorithm that sits behind LinkedIn, which basically means when you post something, it only goes out to 10% of your connections, or 10% of your audience and your followers, because obviously followers are a new thing on there now. The algorithm is constantly changing, but at the moment, it's sitting at an average of 15 likes and 15 comments within 2 hours of you posting. And what that then does is it tells LinkedIn that, this post is good, people like it, so it then puts it out to everywhere. So it'll put it out to all of your connections, and it will show up on all of their news feeds. Now, not all of your connections are active on LinkedIn. You might have 20% of your connections log on once every couple of months. They've had an account for years and they've just never updated it, and they only log on because they've got a few little notifications in the corner of the screen on their iPhone and they just want to clear them. But it will put it in front of all of yours, but also if people are engaging, it puts it in front of their audiences as well. And this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So if you've got 1,000 connections, your post will initially go to 10% of that, so 100 people. You get 15 likes and 15 comments, and these are meaningful comments, and you reply to those comments within a 2-hour window. It goes out to all 1,000 of your connections, but it also goes out to the people who've commented and liked and interacted with your post. So it starts to show up on their connections news feeds as well. So whereas you might get 1,000 people on your network, if all of the people that engage have got 1,000 connections, you're in front of 16,000 people. So your reach starts to get much, much further. One thing I've learned, and it took me a while to get my head around it, is most of the engagement you get won't be from potential clients, it's from your peers. It's from your peers, it's from people who are never going to become a client, but they might make great referral partners, or they're in the same industry. I get a lot of coaches comment on my stuff, but I comment on other coaches' stuff as well. Because guess what, when I comment on their stuff, it tells people in their network that another coach has commented on their stuff, and it might just sow the seed of doubt as to, let's just have a look at this coach and see what he does and how he differs. And if I've got more of that like factor for that particular person, because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but if that particular person goes, well actually I prefer what he's doing and I'd rather work with him, well I've potentially just gained a client through engaging on another coach's posts. It's amazing the number of other coaches who won't connect with me on LinkedIn when I send them connection requests. They look at my profile all day, every day. I've probably got 40 or 50 connection requests pending with other business coaches. A lot do connect, but I've got about 50 that I've sent over the last few months where they just will not engage. I even engage in their posts just to wind them up because I find it quite funny. There's one particular in Northampton, and I quite like commenting on her stuff and being quite nice to her, and she still won't connect or engage with my stuff. Key learnings: referrals are essential. You need to be getting referrals. If you don't ask, you don't get. Reviews, social media, hard work, be consistent, show up every day, and most importantly, give value to the other people in your network, and they will give you value back. Finally, leave me a review, for those of you that haven't. Any questions? I'm conscious we're very tight for time. And I've got to show you the last slide because this was on the end of my workshop, and Adam Kaplan was the only one who was still there at the end because we spoke about an hour, and I got to show this.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Adam.
No worries.